Hi guys, welcome to my channel. Those of you that have watched my comedy will know that I like to do a lot of historical stuff, and I'm truly fascinated by colonialism and the history of Kenya because that is who I am. But the way colonialism works, it works by conquering a people, taking over their stuff, and then wiping out your culture, your language, making everything about what defines you as a person irrelevant. And not only that, not only do they take away everything that defines you as a person, they also make sure that your children don't actually learn who they are, about their culture, about their history. So despite the fact that I was born in Kenya and I was educated in my early years in Kenya, I actually was only taught about the British literature. So the books that I used to read were things like the Ladybird books. I used to read a lot of Barbara Cartland, Mills and Boone. The history that we covered the First World War, the Second World War. Even when we talked about slave trade, it was like I didn't even know who the people were being enslaved, if you see what I mean. And I consider myself to be really fairly well educated, but I felt I went on a journey after the death of my dad, and I started to do research, mainly because I wanted to write a book about my dad, and then that put me onto the path of learning the Kenyan history. And I have delved deeper and deeper since writing my first book, Through the Leopard's Gaze. But what I am is I'm on a quest to understand more about the Agikuyu culture. Now, I came across a book during my research called this book looks pretty new, and this is because they are publishing or reprinting some pretty old books. So this book is called With a Prehistoric People, the Agikuyu of British East Africa. And a lot of what I was reading in this book for me blew my mind. It was written by Catherine Rutledge. Now, Catherine Rutledge and her husband, I think if you're into publishing, I think they have been publishing for years and years and years. And this book was published in London in 1910. So you can see 1910. But Catherine Rutledge, this is a preface, this is what she says. She says that in August 1902, I find myself by accident among the Agikuyu people of British East Africa. The country so named, it is perhaps needless to explain, part of which has fallen to our share in the general division of the African continent between the nations of Europe. It had been nominally taken over by the Foreign Office in 1895, but the British rule over the greater proportion was yet on paper only. So she talks about how she's found herself here, and her role basically is anthropology. So she has brought in here, so she's there with her husband, and her role is to spend her days amongst the Agikuyu people, living amongst them, studying their behavior, documenting their patterns, because she knows ultimately what's going to happen to the people. She knows that within no time, these people are going to lose their culture, they're going to lose their land, they're going to lose their minds, and she is there to document life before everything collapses for my tribe. And that's really sobering thought, that she's there documenting the last of what my tribe was before they completely took it away. And that's very sobering. So she writes about how she's found herself there, and she writes about the people that she would like to thank. You know, our most grateful thanks for help given in the preparation of this book are primarily Mr. A.W. McGrath of the Church Missionary Society, who has resided amongst the Agikuyu since 1901, because this is what they all did. He has, by his tact and kindness, won the confidence of the natives And this is the thing, the role of the church, the missionaries, they're there to win the hearts of the Gikuyu. She is there to document them before they lose everything that they are. Colonialism is wild because it doesn't just attack you from one side, it attacks you from all sides. And I feel all sorts of ways reading this book. I am upset, sad, surprised by who my people were. And so she says, Mr. McGregor found himself in a busy life to give us invaluable assistance. Sorry, Mr. McGregor found leisure in a busy life to give us invaluable assistance in both East Africa and England. It is a pleasure also to acknowledge our obligation for help and hospitality of Dr. and Mrs. Crawford, who are doing excellent work at the Kenya Medical Mission, who gave us much information. So these are the other people. So you have the missionaries, you have the anthropologists, and then you have the doctors who are there to heal people just before they lose everything. This is wild, man. This is wild. And then she said, thanks, Mr. Hobley, CMG, who has kindly aided us by his interest and advice, has permitted us to reprint a list obtained by him of Kikuyu medicines. So you see, they have documented each and everything before they destroy my people. Now, I am going to be doing a series of readings from these books and see what I discover about the Gikuyu people. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and help me discover my culture with me. Thank you. Bye.